Boom! I don't know what I did there. How's it hanging, YouTube? It's Peter here, your Ginger Jody Geek, and I am joined as ever by my good pal James T. Keegan, the real James T. Keegan, because we had an imposter before, James.
Ayo! What's up?
Ayo, indeed. Ayo, indeed. Are you well? Are you all right?
I'm very good, man. I'm happy to talk action figures, my best bud on the interwaves and in real life. So
yes,
it's very, very exciting.
Yeah, looking forward to this. And I have to say, there are some cracking figures this week to talk about. I am going to call on your Star Trek knowledge and geekiness because there's a few that I don't know about.
Joe, there's been so much I forgot what's happened. So I'm actually you're gonna throw shit up, and I'm like, oh yeah, that happened. Yeah, cool. Let's talk about this. So yeah,
lots to talk about.
Let's do this.
Good stuff. Right, before we go to the chat, quickly, just the usual parish notices. Couple of videos out at the moment. If you like that kind of stuff, go check that out. We've got a Comic-Con video. Oh, that's perfectly timed. I forgot it. I didn't realize that was out this Sunday, James. Me and James have been talking earlier. We're going to do an additional show, which I haven't got a slide for yet, but we're going to do an additional show on Sunday night talking about our experiences of Comic-Cons and James's recent experience at which con was it again, James?
Northern Ireland Comic-Con.
Yeah.
And it was I had a great time, but there's problems, and I think it's reflective of the experience a lot of people have going to Comic-Cons nowadays. So I really wanted to do a video about it, and here I'm excited to do one and chat about that.
Yeah, so that'll be interesting. So I'm looking forward to that. We'll see if we can get Efren roped into that as well.
Efren will have some amazing Comic-Con stories, I'm sure, certain of it, like with his little jacket. He's never washed.
Dirty bastard, honestly. Live shows just done last week's comics. That was great fun. Thank you to everybody that supported that. We're doing the toy show now. Saturday, we're doing Saturday Night Live. Looking forward to that one. We'll do the usual stuff, but we're going to focus a little bit about Ahsoka. And again, I'm going to call on James and the rest of the Star Wars nerds to fill us in on some stuff. Probably my favorite Star Wars series of all time, James.
Started off a little
it was great
and really found its footing very quickly, and I feel like there's been some incredible stuff. I'm excited to see, like, Rob, I know is a big Star Wars fan. I'm very excited to see his thoughts on it, and Luke, I'm sure, like, has some opinion, so that'll be an interesting one.
No, I don't believe Luke will have an opinion, James. Luke
he never does he? He's like, I'll sit back, I'll be quiet, I don't have a thought on this.
Well, speaking of Luke is also going to be joining on Monday, and this is going to be an interesting one. I'm looking forward to this, where we're going to take a look back at the superhero movies so far this year and what we think of them, give them a bit of an overall kind of going over, and we're going to look at what's left to come out this year. So what movies are coming out. So really looking forward to that one. That should be an interesting show. Just want to point people towards this. This is I did that last night with Mad Dog Marcus. Tremendous, lovely guy. Really enjoyed that. So good.
Just want to say he seemed like a bang on guy. Like really sound. I'd like to chat to him and get to know him. He seemed like someone I'd like. I feel.
Absolutely, James. I think you would get. He was just genuine down with. We stayed on afterwards for I think about half an hour, 3/4 of an hour, something like that. Just shooting the shit. So lovely bloke. I'm saying bloke. I think he's about 12. Do you know what I mean? He's
a lovely kid.
He's a lovely kid. He's a lovely kid. He had to go because he had school the next day. Just wanted to mention this. This is the Comic Book Community Awards. Rob Fatstacks, Dr. Von Hoot, and myself are all up for awards. So please do support. We'll go check those out and give her a little vote. Rob is a titan of the comic book community, so I'm sure he'll do very well. Myself and Dr. Von Hoot could really do with some good UK support behind us, so please do go check that out.
Surely Rob has to win best facial hair. Like, he's got the best. He's got that little twirl of a mustache. He's got to win best
tash in the business. Best tash in the
absolutely,
business. I'm also going to be supporting Comics Curing Cancer. We're going to be talking a little bit more about that on tomorrow night's show. Going to have a chat with Rob and do things differently because I didn't realize, James, that's when we're away in Liverpool. Now we will be traveling back on the Saturday night, but we might end up doing the show Sunday instead, or late Saturday night. We'll see.
So we'll be together. So will we do a little me and you squeeze into that little room together.
Yeah.
That sounds
fun. You can sit on my knee in this room.
I'm more than happy to, man.
Right. Before we talk toys, 17 people. Thank you so much, guys. I didn't think anyone would watch because I've already taken a lot of your time tonight. So really do appreciate you watching. Let's see who we've got. We've got good old StreamYard.
Quack.
We've got Fuzzy double dipping on a Friday night. I love a good double dip, Fuzz. I love a good double dip. And we've got Chris Bell. Always nice to see you, Chris. Hope you are well, my friend. Really hoping, Chris, you're going to be tempted to do Thought Bubble with your mate. We'll look after you, I promise. So please do think about that one. We've got Andy. Roland Comic Con was with no comic books.
I mean, we'll get into it on Sunday, but there was no comic book people at all, and not really much in the ways of getting commissions done.
Really,
so that was something.
It's the way of the cons. I mean, it just so happens I've got a video coming out soon called "Moan About Comic Cons." So
timed that perfectly, didn't we? Yeah. I was actually going to suggest to you, let's do a live moan about, bitch about Monopoly events.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. Sean is saying we are spoiled tonight with 2 live shows. Thank you, Sean. I appreciate that. I honestly didn't think anybody would check in, so really do appreciate 20 people watching.
People love you.
I get stuff.
Don't underappreciate that. People,
I do really,
there's a lot of people that I think this brightens up their evenings, or they look forward to just seeing you on screen. So don't take that for granted. I know you don't. Obviously you don't, but that is a thing.
2 nights in a row, people say nice things to us. Shut up, you make us cry. And we've got GP. Hi again. Always nice to see you, GP. Appreciate that. And Noble as well. Thank you, Noble. Chris, hashtag free 6 kids. Not a friggin' chance. Jesus, could you imagine?
It'd be nice if we got to the point where we could just give away a figure.
Could you imagine? Yeah, could you imagine? Fuzzy Skywalkers. Fuzzy, I've stolen that and I've added it to one of the slides for tomorrow night. I'm saying I've stolen it.
He's pushing for it.
I've stolen the image he put on. He put an Instagram on the other night, and I've photocopied that and fuck me, how old am I? I've taken a picture of that and I've put it on the slides for tomorrow. Yeah. Andy, I'm going to play Luke Bingo on Monday. You're all welcome. Absolutely. Yeah. I bet he gets Physical Media and Kevin Eastman in there at least twice.
And shameless plug, of course.
Shameless plug. And I've just finished streaming with Phil. Long time no speak, Peter. I hope you're all keeping well. Phil's an absolute gent. We talk an awful lot, and I am going to say the community word because I know it antagonizes people. Phil is a true member of the community. He's always been very supportive. So thank you.
Very Phil. Good acquaintance of mine. So,
I'll see what you did there. Dead Man, always nice to see you, my friend. And Highland G as well. Wow, we're buzzing. Thank you, Highland G. Always appreciate that. Love is a strong word. Thank you, Andy. Twat. Right, let's crack on. Let's talk some toys because there's a whole host of interesting stuff. I think it's fair to say, James, there's some great hot toys this week.
Absolutely,
and some absolute dog shit third-party figures. But we're going to come.
I have not seen them, and I'm very excited too, Pete. So let's get to this.
Picked one in particular for you, mate. I've picked one in particular. So we got this today. This is the Doctor Strange figure, and this has been released now. This is from the last movie, Multiverse of Madness. Loving the look of the costume. What are your thoughts on this one, James?
I love the Infinity War and all the various other versions of Doctor Strange. The costume looks identical, so I like that this one's a bit more streamlined, it's a bit different. So I appreciate that. So if I was going for a Doctor Strange figure, this would be the one I'd probably go for.
I think you're absolutely right, mate. I think for me, the red lining of the symbol is I picked up a second-hand Doctor Strange a while ago, and I'm kind of regretting it now because I do like this costume better.
Always upgrade, man. It won't be
I know.
Pricey, whatever.
Actually, do you know what? I could upgrade. I could get this, couldn't I? And then I could give away my other Doctor Strange and I'd give away at some point.
Don't be silly. Sell it.
No, because I got it cheap. It doesn't come with the box and stuff. I got it cheap. Anyway, you get some good add-ons on this. I like that. I like the handcuff section. I think that looks very, very cool. Chris is just saying here the third eye.
I completely agree. It's strange, but if you want to reenact that little last section.
I think it looks phenomenal.
Yeah. It on the figure, it looks great. I think it does. But it is unsettling. It's very unsettling, and I'm curious, like, because like the way that stinger at the end of the movie was, it was like it was going to play a part, but I don't know if it will. Like, I don't know if like we'll see Doctor Strange doing some cool shit in Secret Wars, and then just the eye pops out. Like, it'd be. You know.
But I think, in terms of the figure, would I ever display it with the third eye? Probably not.
No.
But I think in terms of sculpt, that's pretty impressive. I agree. I
think so. It looks good. If that's what you want, you should be happy with it. Yeah.
Let me know in the chat what you guys think of some of these figures and these head sculpts. I think that's a very strong sculpt. I like that one a lot. Well, okay. So this is Electro. I think it'd be interesting to see your thoughts, James. I think the head sculpt is pretty good. That's just dog shit. I mean, that's not for me at all. The clip-on plasticky bits. What do you think of that?
I think it looks as good as it could possibly look. Pete, to be honest, like if you want that classic Electro look, with this figure, that's what you're going for. I don't think it could look any better. I love the design, and I don't have the display room for a No Way. I wish I did, but for a No Way Home setup. But I mean, I think you'll be happy if this is what you want. And like, if I had this figure, I would have that Electro like classic mask look. Yeah, absolutely. That's what I go for. I always like seeing the MCU version with like a little tweak towards the classic comic booky stuff, and this is exactly what that is. So yeah, you can say it looks shit. I think it looks fine for what it is, but if I was displaying, that's exactly what I'd go for.
Looks like Chuck Norris's chin.
I won't disagree. Dead man. I think yeah, fair enough.
And Fuzzy, £100 of plastic tat nobody will use. Fuzzy, it's you're probably right in terms of the cost of the.
There's some fabrics in there, Don't sell it short.
The actual figure is probably about £300, mate. It's
Is this a deluxe edition, or is this just with the figure?
I think it's just with the figure. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
I'm with Sean. I have to say, I like the head sculpt. I wouldn't wear that plastic
because it is a very blink in the movie, a blink and you miss it kind of moment, isn't it? Where the lightning pulses and that's what it shows. So yeah, when it's frozen like that, I suppose it can look a bit strange.
Yeah. Got you, Fuzzy, mate. Yeah. And Chris is saying, I think James is probably right in that it's as good as it can be. Yeah. I don't know. I mean, you're absolutely right. I get too fixated, I guess. And I don't like plastic add-on effects, but I don't know how else you would do it, I guess.
I mean, I would rather have them than nothing. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like it's an addition. It's on top of what else you get with the figure. So like I'll take it. And so I mean, some people will die on that hill, for these kind of little light up effects or plastic add-ons effect pieces.
Yeah. It's not for me. It's a pass, that one for me. Now. I love the TV show. Really enjoyed the Peacemaker TV show. I enjoyed Suicide Squad 2. Not a massive DC fan, so this was never really on my radar.
Yeah.
And then they've put the images out, and I think it's friggin' amazing. I really do think the head sculpt is incredible.
It's a very cool looking figure. So I've actually not watched the Peacemaker show.
Really?
To my shame.
James, I think you would love it.
I know. I seen the opening credits and I was like, this is incredible. But I've still not gotten onto it. So at this stage, it's like, wasn't all this shit getting put in the bin? But like I suppose the James Gunn stuff is kind of staying. So I guess, but I mean, I will watch it. Like I've heard it's very good. So
I think Peacemaker is a show, is a standalone, so you could watch it and enjoy it, I think.
Yeah.
So this is really interesting. You get Eagly with him. You get two versions with his open wings and him kind of as he is there on Peacemaker's hand. Two different helmet designs, two different mouth plates. The tongue pokes and sticks into the mouth. A gun, a sword, an axe. No seams on the arms there. It's sexy.
Seamless arms is the impressive part, I think. Is the blue effect on the helmet, is that kind of an upgrade he gets in the show?
Yeah. So in the show, he's got a whole different variety of kinds of helmets, and each one's got a different power.
Right. Okay.
Fuzzy's just saying, "Yeah, I love this, but would like a helmet-less version." So me and Fuzzy were exchanging some messages. I think this is a misstep on this figure because that face sculpt to me is bang on.
Is there
so you get
version?
No. So
that's
the helmet,
shocking.
the helmet ports onto kind of the head bit.
That's shocking that there's no helmetless version of it. Yeah, very.
The fact that added Eagly is tremendous. And again, with Fuzzy, the tongue would be a no-go for me. I like that John Cena kind of stoic face, I wouldn't even have him with his mouth open. So no, you don't get a head sculpt, which I find very odd. But you can get this third-party one.
Yeah, they jump on that surely, and looking at that looks great. Really looks like, but it's annoying they'd have to pay what, 30-40 pounds.
Oh no, much more than that, mate. I think some of these, but yeah, I think this one's troubling us because, like I say, this was never on my radar to buy. Yeah, but I think I might have to pick it up. I just love.
But then I'll start like a whole Suicide Squad shelf where you want.
I'm not, mate. I'm not a completist. I don't care that I've got random figures. Do you know what I mean? He would stand, I think, nicely next to things like my Omni-Man, my Judge Dredd, and stuff like that as a standalone.
Absolutely, I agree with that. Yeah, definitely.
Fuck it. Yeah, you've talked us into it. I'm going to buy that.
Go for it. Order right. This will be ordered by the end of the show. I'm certain of
it. Likeness is brilliant. It absolutely is, mate. I really do like it. Now we've seen this one before, but it's now out. This is the episode 2. Droid. What do you think of this one, James?
If you want an episode 2 C-3PO, this looks great, I think. I never liked C-3PO, to be honest. Like as a big Star Wars fan, it's just never been my favorite droid or like anywhere close. But I know a lot of people love R2 and C-3PO, and that would almost be for them the Star Wars representation, It's interesting you say that. I mean, I kind of at some point would like the original characters on display, the original Luke Han and all the rest of it. If I was picking up a C-3PO, I don't think I want the kind of the dirty look. I want the gold gleam. This is even before the gold. This is like the Tatooine. They've just put the shell on the thing kind of look. So, but they've released for, I think it was an anniversary of some kind. The 20th Attack of the Clones versions of various figures. This is the buying point for me, because I think in Bad Batch there was a character where it had a protocol droid body and a head, and I'm like, oh, that'd be cool for that, throw in a Bad Batch like set. I
think
I go for like a I'm a classic guy, that's what I'd go for if I wanted to see C-3PO, not the episode 2 version.
Absolutely. And I think people in the chat are agreeing, James, because I'm of the same mind. Not my 3PO, this one. It's well done, but not for me. Interesting, Chris. Would you go for the kind of the classic gleam and shiny version? Because I think that's what I want. If I was to get one, I'd want them. And I think Sean's agreeing.
4, 5, 6, that kind of era. Yeah, that's what you want for a 3PO.
Yeah, I'd want a die-cast version. I think this is die-cast, Fuzzy. I'm not 100% sure.
I'd imagine it is. Most 3POs.
The R2D2. The R2D2 is. But the problem you've got with these figures, they look pretty cool there in terms of the eyes lit up, because it's battery powered or USB powered. As soon as you turn the lights off in the eyes, it just looks dead.
Exactly. I wouldn't be a fan.
Love a good shiny one, Chris. And it is die-cast, he's saying, So it's a nice figure if you're into that particular version, but not for me. Now, RoboCop. So I've got the original, so I probably won't be picking this up, but the original is very, very hard to come by these days, and it's a very pricey figure. This is the RoboCop 3 version. It is die-cast. It comes with the jetpack and all that kind of stuff from the worst RoboCop film. But if you don't want all that shit, you just take it off and you have RoboCop. This is pretty nice.
So for me, I'm a recent RoboCop convert. I only watched the first one in the cinemas for the first time last year. They were showing it in the cinema, and it was the first time I was watching it. Loved it. Thought it was incredible. Really, like, it's ahead of its time for the 80s, I think, especially. Didn't realize that the third one had a different actor in the role, and that's something that would kind of bother me, having this figure, knowing. I'm sure. Well, I don't know. Maybe they're reusing the Peter Weller thing, but that's not supposed to be him. That's supposed to be a different actor, and like, you know, that would kind of something I wouldn't be a fan of. But yeah, I suppose if the original is hard to come by for you,
so the original is very, very pricey. And it suffers. So at the elbow joints there's kind of latex rubber joints, and it splits quite easily. Now I don't know if they've changed that on this design or not. Interesting thing about this one is that in all the promo shots there, you see he's got the blue tint, which a lot of people complained about because they wanted the blue tint because the original is just plain silver. But when you've actually seen some of the pictures of this in hand, it doesn't have that blue tint as prominent. But RoboCop, if you're a fan of RoboCop, as I am, this is, and you haven't got the original, this is a must buy. And like I say, you can just put in the box all that shite that slaps on them, the jetpack and stuff, and just have yourself a standard RoboCop, which is
that's
amazing.
your RoboCop. So I'd say
this figure comes with two different guns. You get your plastic gun and you get a die cast gun, and you've seen the movie, James, so you'll know his gun, his sidearm goes into his leg.
It's gun arm. Yeah.
So the leg opens and you can put the gun inside his leg.
I do a little dynamic and him pulling it out kind of thing, you know, like Western stuff.
Yeah, it's very cool. Andy is saying it's basically a silver 3PO. That's from Sean saying it does look nice. It is very, very cool. Yeah, Fuzzy's on the fence about picking up a hot toy, and this could be the one. It would
go for it, Fuzz. That's what I say. You know, I'll just be back in just 1 second.
Yeah, of course. Boxy groin action going on as ever, Andy. Yeah, absolutely. Fuzzy is saying, how much is it? Fuzzy, mate, I think I can't remember the exact price, but it'll probably be around about the 280 to 300 mark. Might be a little bit more if you get the jetpack and all that with it, but I'll have a look and I'll drop you a message. But yeah, it's a sexy figure. You like a big weapon. Who doesn't like a big weapon, Fuzzy? Who doesn't like a big weapon? So this is Sabine from Ahsoka. So I'm fairly fresh to Ahsoka. I haven't watched all of the preamble, all of the Clone Wars cartoons and things like that. And we're going to talk about it more on tomorrow night's show, but it's an absolute revelation for me. I'm thoroughly enjoy it. 415, Andy. That's a little bit more expensive, Fuzzy. Pricey. That'll be because it comes with the jetpack and all that gubbins, mate. So yeah, not a cheap one. So yeah, so as I was saying, sorry, I'm a big fan of the Ahsoka series, and I'm kind of falling in love with this particular character. This figure has been announced. You get all kinds of stuff with her. You get the lightsaber. You get the guns. Obviously the helmet and all that kind of stuff. But the thing for me is that the head sculpt is absolutely tremendous. I think that's probably one of the best female head sculpts I've seen. It's absolutely stunning.
Oh, hello.
I mean, I was just saying, James, this is just it's stunning. Absolutely stunning.
It's a Rebels fan's wet dream, really, this figure, and to know what's coming from this line, you know, particularly.
I believe I may have said this individual's name wrong. What's she called?
Sabine.
That's what I said.
What did you say, Sabine?
I'm pretty sure is a hair purple?
Yes, it is. Yeah, so like the hair thing, you know, in the cartoon in Rebels, like her hair is often like gradients, so you have purple at the top and there's like shades of another color at the bottom, and that's something I would have liked to have been translated into the live action, but they went with her having that with the long hair and then cutting it. But like that's how they went for. This is one of them examples, I think, of a figure where the head sculpt's so great she just wouldn't put the helmet on it.
Yeah,
as well,
absolutely. Which is a shame in some regards, because the helmeted sculpt looks tremendous. You know, she looks great like that. But that I honestly think that's one of the best for me. One of the best head sculpts I've seen.
If I knew they were going to do, and I'm sure, like I would be fairly certain down the road, some third party is going to jump on the opportunity to do a realistic Kanan figure.
Yeah,
that there's going to be the incomplete Rebels set of characters. I would jump on this because I'm like, I want a Sabine, I want an Ezra, I want a Hera, I want a Chopper, I want
tremendous
all these characters. So like, I think it looks fantastic for if you want that character. So like, yeah absolutely, like really top notch.
Yeah, and he's just asking there if they do the Lothcat with it, they do, mate. You get that with it. You also get the USB lightsaber.
Please. So, yes, please. Thank you.
If they do it here, I'm all in. Andy, I think that's definite. I think this show
that'll be the next Star Wars figure announced by 100%. Yeah. And
absolutely. Then I think we'll get a white Ahsoka in terms of the white robes and things like that. And then
Thrawn, I'm sure, is revealed next week.
I mean, when they announce Thrawn, you're just gonna literally, just die, aren't you? In your pants, probably.
Yeah, be like that band Skittles ad. It'll just be all over the screen. I was watching that in a bar today. I was showing people the band Skittles ad.
Tremendous. So yeah, amazing figure. I am tempted by this one, I have to see.
That's cool to seeing like a Mando Jedi hybrid character, like a Mandalorian with a lightsaber. It's a very cool design, so even if you're not a fan of the character, it's just cool to look at, I think.
Fuzzy's saying he's sick of Chopper. He'll be honest.
Go fuck yourself.
How dare you?
Chopper is the best droid. I'm sorry, it's just true. Like Chopper's the goat.
So I've heard a rumor, and Fuzzy, this might be the one for you, mate. I've heard a rumor that they're going to do a 2-pack of Chopper and what's the David Tennant droid called? Yeah.
Oh,
the kind of the product. Andy, what's the droid?
No, shut up, Andy. I'll get this.
Nulang or something.
Hu Wang. Yeah.
I mean, James, that was terrible, mate.
No, I think they'll do. No, well, I mean, they do R2 on his own. So my guess would be they'll do Chopper on his own. But like, if you do 2-pack, it should be Chopper and Hera. But then they want people to buy 2 separate things. So you package Hu Wang with Chopper and makes you buy Hu Wang. So that makes sense. But it should be Hera and Chopper together.
Yeah. Fuzzy, you make an interesting point there, and I am going to touch on that on tomorrow's show. Reminders if you're watching, mate, because I've enjoyed Chopper, but the really did stand out as kind of a little bit cheesy, if I'm being honest. Don't shoot us, James.
Shut up.
It did. It felt a little bit.
You're on a tightrope right now. I do some balancing right now.
The question, Andy, was what was David Tennant's robot called in Ahsoka? Who couldn't remember the Hu Wang? Yeah. Sean, how does pre-order work? Do you pay full price? Depends who you go through, mate. But Toys on Fire, if it's a pre-order, you can do
the official sponsor of the Triple G 16 skills.
If you go through them,
just a group, a seller that we highly recommend.
Yeah, he is. He's very good
experiences with. Yeah.
So if you go through him, he does do a kind of a pay monthly kind of thing, mate.
Most do as well.
Only if it's pre-order
down payment. Yeah.
Hu Yang. Yeah, that's the one. Okay, just wanted to mention these are some up-to-date images from some of the upcoming in-art figures. You've got Henry Cavill there as a Man of Steel. I think that is a phenomenal head sculpt. And then they've put out some additional images of the Patterson Batman, and they've done some changes.
Updated?
Yeah. So there was a big post about how they've subtly changed bits of his facial expression and bits of the costume and stuff on feedback they received when they put the first images out.
Rare example, Peter, of a figure both of us have pre-ordered. So, we should be excited by this. And I think that one on the right, on the far, I know both of us are going to have the cowl, like everything, full Batman suit. We're doing a full Batman for this.
Yeah.
But just looking at that on the far right, just wow. Like, this looks really incredible. And I thought since the first images, it looks incredible. So, like, if they're making improvements, that's great. But I think... careful. Stop now.
I just think
I'm happy with it.
I just think it looks absolutely amazing.
This should be soon enough, shouldn't it? Like, this shouldn't be too far out, you think?
In art and Batten probably is one figure a year at the moment. The Hot Toy will be out before we get our in art one, I'm afraid to say.
Well, aren't Aragorn and Gandalf like
still not
have come out?
Yeah, no, they're still not shipping, but I don't think so. They are on the way. Fuzzy, that Cavell hairline is tragic. It is, mate. It is. He's not. Yeah, bless him. The Batman is spot on. I completely agree, Sean.
I just on the topic of Cavill, I had an argument with my girlfriend's sister at Comic-Con about a certain cosplayer who was dressed as Henry Cavill's Superman, and she said, "No, he should." She actually said he should be Captain America because he looks so much like Chris Evans. And I looked at him and said, "No, he's spits of Henry Cavill." And I was little argument we had. But I thought he rocked the Superman. I thought he looked great. So if you're watching, bud.
He's probably watching. I would imagine he's watching.
I mean, I got recognized by multiple people.
Did you?
So for the first time, someone didn't say, "Aren't you from Triple G Comics?" Someone said, "You're James, aren't you, from the YouTubes?" And I was like, "Yes, I am. Thank you." Yeah. And then 2 people said from Triple G Comics.
Really?
So, yeah.
Wow.
3 people recognized me. I believe Evan was one of them. So if you're watching Evan, thank you for saying hi. You were very nice.
Very cool. Very cool. Yeah. Dead Man, that's one ugly Superman. Interesting. I think the head sculpt's very cool. I think he looks rather.
I mean, that's a particular expression that you're showing, but the regular figure looks pretty good. Yeah. Andy, we knew this. Well, I knew this. I don't know if Peter didn't know this. That he specialized in lightsabers.
Because did they show that in one of the first episodes that he was? Did he look at someone's lightsaber?
I mean, in Clone Wars, that's his whole gig. Is he takes the young Jedi to find their lightsaber crystals, but in the show he uses it to identify Ray Stevenson's character.
That's right. Yeah.
Which I thought was a really clever use of that for the show. Yeah. That that's how he finds out. We find out who that character is. Very cool. He knows the lightsaber.
Andy dropping the Star Wars knowledge bombs as ever. So good stuff. Thank you, Andy. Appreciate that, mate. What the fuck? I don't even know what this is. I don't know what Watchman Night Nun is. Have you ever heard of that? Is that a manga?
This might be one of them examples because you get sometimes Roman gladiators or historical kind of. This might. I feel like looking at this is one of them where it's just kind of a unique, original design.
Yeah. I mean, it's an interesting figure. It's not a one for me, I have to say. Yeah. But yeah, interesting. This is interesting. This is a third party, the Shark Chief.
Didn't see this, yeah.
No, neither did I. You get 2 different sets of shorts. You get a bloodied mouth. You get a severed foot. I don't know why. Not for me. That one you're going to pick up, James?
Bad.
It doesn't look bad,
but the Hot Toys one is fairly cheap, so I don't know why you would go for this instead of that. Yeah,
it's an interesting one for them to put out, I think. But yeah, not a one for me. Not a one for me. Yeah. Now this is interesting. So this is a Mars Toys Butler figure, obviously based on the likeness from Batman Returns and Batman 1.
Michael Gough, is it?
Yeah, I think I can't remember if that's his name, but Alfred, basically. Interesting figure. I think the likeness is really cool. I don't know how many people are screaming out for an Alfred the Butler figure.
You'll have them 89 completionists where they have the Batwing and the Bat Cycle and the villains and Michael Keaton where they'll want this. I think.
Yeah. I mean, I think it's nice. You get the green overalls there, and you get the white gloves and stuff. Now, the bit I love, and I do love it, you get billionaire Bruce Wayne's dinner plate. All right. So Alfred has a silver tray to take to Master Bruce, the billionaire, of food. Yeah. What do you think's on his tray? What do you think?
Just if I squint a little, it looks like a cheeseburger.
He's
curly fries.
He's got a cheeseburger, curly fries. I haven't got a clue what the big lumps are, and a nice chalice of, I don't know, jizz. I don't know what's in the glass.
I would get fucking hell, Peter. some milk. I would have thought a little bit of foie gras and some sushi or something like that. I know it was popular.
I mean, that's
yeah. I mean, those. I don't know what the it looks like chicken maybe, but like the burger and fries, I'm sure are a reuse from another thing. I don't know what, but maybe if they did a fucking Ronald McDonald's figure thing, that's from carry over from that. But I have no idea what the thing at the back is. Like, it's strange. It looks like a stone, maybe
some dead flowers.
Nice. Does look like jizz though, doesn't it? In the glass,
it's horrendous. Yeah. Batman's usually too busy to eat anyway. Absolutely. Yeah. Jizz, what do you eat, man? Yeah.
Not judging you, if that's what you're into.
It's just weird. Yeah, not a one. Yorkshire puddings, Sean's thinking.
I mean, if it wasn't an American character, I'd say yeah. I did actually like that. That jumped in my head, but I'm like, well, that can't be it.
I just
don't. I don't know.
Well, that's what I thought. I thought
it's on top of lettuce, like though. What would that be like?
Tasty.
We demand answers.
Yeah.
What's this, Mars Toys? Who's doing this? Mars Toys. We demand answers, Mars Toys. I want.
We'll move on from the weird food choices. Now, so are you a fan of Akira?
I've seen it. I think it's very good. I wouldn't say I'm in any way like obsessed or like need merchandise or figures from it, but I think if you're into it, this looks very cool.
Yeah. So this is from Present Toys. It looks amazing.
Hit and miss company, I think, in terms of figures as well, you know, but seeing them tackle a vehicle, it's interesting.
Well, we'll get to that, James. So you've got the figure there. It looks pretty cool. I think the outfit and everything looks amazing. You've got this weird function where you can, I don't know if you shut an eye or if you replace an eye, so he's winking, which feels a bit weird. I can't remember that being a big thing in the comics.
I mean, looking at it looked like you would have to replace the entire head sculpt. Like
actually, well,
I don't see how you would pull that. How you would pull that down.
Yeah,
like that seems like structurally so much more complex than just having another head sculpt.
Yeah, it's it's an odd one. It's an odd one. So it looks like a cool figure. You get some great bits and bobs with it. In the pack, you get the goggles, the boots, massive cannon, which looks very cool. No bike, James. No bike. So this bike is not part of the set. It's not being made. They're not saying they're going to make it. What they're saying is if they sell enough of the action figure, they might make the bike. Now, this company did a similar thing.
Really?
Yeah. This company did a similar thing, I believe, a few years back with Ghost Rider. It's bizarre that all over the promotional images of them on the bike.
Yeah,
this bike isn't even something they produce. This is another company's bike, I think.
But I wouldn't want to buy this. Like, if I looked at this figure, I'm like, I want that exactly. That's on the screen. I wouldn't want to buy the figure without knowing the bike is happening. Like,
so there's lots of comments going back and forth on the message boards and stuff saying this is madness. You know, would buy the figure if it comes with the bike. It just seems a very strange decision to me.
It seemed to me like an opportunity to do regular and deluxe kind of thing, I suppose. You know, I know that's deluxe is usually a couple of little extras, not a full vehicle, but like that could have been an option.
I think the danger is you buy this figure and the company just never makes the bike.
Well, exactly. That's why I would be hesitant, and you'll have a lot of people, unfortunately, because it defeats the whole purpose, holding off on buying the figure until they know the bike is coming, and then the bike never happens because those people are holding off. And
you're right for the big toys. They should have done. Absolutely hiding G, mate. Insurance in the bike has to come with it. Yeah, it's bizarre. I've chucked this one in for you, James, because I know you're a bit of a Lord of the Rings fan. This is the Dark Ruler. It's huge. It's towering above.
Sauron is a very tall character, so
but it looks pretty cool. I've never heard of Dragon Toy.
I don't know them. Never heard of them.
Not a company I'm familiar with, but I do think this
looks a little skinny to me. for Sauron, like I think in terms of like
around the waist area.
No, even the neck. I think this feels a bit too long. It looks like you stretched the image a little bit.
Yeah.
But I think if you're a Lord of the Rings fan, you've obviously got the InArt stuff coming up, and Asmus Toys has been doing figures for a while for it. So like, I don't think anyone's done the Sauron yet. So that's pretty cool.
I mean, this thing's nearly 60 centimeters tall. It's a chunky beast, It's a.
Actually, I'm really regretting because fucking Frodo and Sam were at Northern Ireland Comic Con. I didn't get autographs. I'm kind of regretting it now because I had cash like to use up and said I'll keep it for Liverpool, and I'm like, I could have just bought my fucking Frodo. I would have got Samurai potatoes on the on the poster. I said it to him. I actually met him. I went up with people I was with met him, and I said potatoes.
Andy's got a quick question for you because he knows you met up with James at the Comic Con.
I am. I would finish and then go get the next round while he's still finishing the last one.
Yeah, I don't think there's ever any doubt of that. Yeah,
it was very fun.
Evening, Connie. Nice to see you. Always a pleasure to see you. And we have got Fuzzy Dunlop again.
I want to know
dropping the bombs.
Where's Connie going?
Where's Connie going? Let me know where you should be. Either to Newcastle or Ireland.
Where are you leaving us for?
Fuzzy, never seen Lord of the Rings. I mean,
give it a go, man. Even to don't even look at anything outside of just those first three movies. One of the best trilogies of like film trilogies ever made. I think.
And I think the special effects still stand up. To be honest,
incredible. You can't even pick a flaw, and it's incredible that was 20 something years ago.
Yeah,
and now we have shit that looks like shit. It's kind of bizarre that's the case.
Dublin for 2 days.
Let me know where you're going, Connie. I'll pop out for a drink if you're around.
Run, Connie. Run. I'm sure will. Run, Connie. And then Chicago, very nice, very nice.
I have tomorrow off, Connie. So chin. If you want a drink, let me
know. Okay. Now I know you're a Mad Max fan. I know you love, and I know even more than Mad Max. You like a leather loincloth. I know that.
Of course.
James.
Absolutely. Some biceps and a bit of BDSM gear.
Look at the vein work on that thigh. Just admire the sculpted veins. On his thighs there.
I'm getting just looking at it, Pete.
Oh God almighty. This is the leader of the Marauders. Just not for me at all. I don't know, James. Is this something? Because you're getting a Mad Max, aren't you?
I have a Present Toys Tom Hardy Mad Max. So this is from the Mel Gibson era. So this isn't.
Yeah,
it wouldn't go now. I mean, you could, I suppose, do a display of all the Mad Max villains with Tom Hardy if you wanted to, but it's not. It doesn't fit with the the Fury Road era. I think looking at it, if that's what you want, it looks cool. But it's not for me.
I mean, not for me. I mean, not for me at all. But I do appreciate
Premier Toys. I don't know them either.
Yeah, no, they've done some decent-ish figures. Yeah, they're not bad. They're not bad. James T, come up to Belfast. Me and James are out for this for his birthday.
Ooh, I mean, he ditched us last week, Andy. You were supposed to come, and then
he said he was busy.
Called in sick.
Earlier on. Yeah. Sean feels uneasy just looking at this. Another odd choice of figure to make. Absolutely fuzzy. Very weird, mate. Very weird. And that's your whack. That's all the toys we wanted to talk about tonight.
Nice.
That's we've belted through, man. We've belted through.
We very quickly.
Yeah. Please do go check out the show just before last week's comic books tomorrow night. Looking forward to Efren, man, you've missed the show, mate. Actually, Efren, that was modelled on you in your youth, San Diego Wild.
Yeah. You can see the hair tied back.
You can see your hair. Yeah, dang it!
A Last of Us American Dream sitting in a box, 9.8.
So we've got this show tomorrow night. This is going to be fun. We're going to be talking to Ahsoka, doing all the usual geeky news, toys, talks, all that kind of stuff. And we're going to do it slightly differently tomorrow. We're going to give it a bit of a try in that I'm not going to prattle on all the time. I'm going to get the guys to lead their own little topics. So hopefully we'll spread the conversation a little bit further. So that's going to be fun. Haven't got a slide for it. And Efren, if you're still in the chat, Sunday night, me and James are going to be doing a convention chat where we're going to talk about our feelings on current conventions we've been to, show some images of the different things we've been to, and talk about basically conventions in general. We might also, if Efren fancies joining to do that, we might also kind of incorporate the Ask Us Anything session we're talking about, where we'll be led by the...
if we have time, if we have a little Sunday hangout kind of thing, I'll be talking a bit about Northern Ireland Comic Con, because I'm eager to praise and bitch about things.
Equally,
equally, absolutely, yeah.
Andy, dong it. I get it, Andy. That's a good one. That's it. That's it. Yeah, that's very cool. Later. Okay, guys, that is your whack. Listen, ladies and gents, I am absolutely ecstatic. We've got 23 people watching the show, which is just superb, considering I've had you here since 8 o'clock. So thank you so much. I really do appreciate each and every one of you stopping by and watching. James, thank you so much for jumping on and keeping us company.
Talking toys, really. Talking to you is one of my favorite things in the world to do, Pete. So
you too.
Absolutely.
Okie dokie. Thank you. Appreciate that, James. Appreciate everybody in the chat. And we'll hopefully see you all tomorrow night, where we're going to be getting excited about Ahsoka. So we'll see you later. Bye.